Welcome to the warm-up exercise for the YMI podcast called The Fantasy Restaurant. In here, my guests get to pick their favorite drink, appetizer, main, side, and dessert. Quite literally, anything goes. So, Tawny makes her meal mostly of Mexican food. There are some pieces of American flair. We add very interestingly colored sparklers to the meal. I mean, what's the little razzle-dazzle between friends, right? I hope you enjoy this in a meal with Tawny. Tawny, thank you for joining me in the Fantasy Restaurant here today.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm starving.
Excellent. Well, believe it or not, I ate an amazing meal of jalapeno pimento cheese and bacon. So I'm ready to go. So I'm satiated. I don't know about you, but I digress. I am Greg. I am your waiter today in the Fantasy Restaurant. And basically, this is going to consist of anything that you want. It doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason, no sense. This could be something from your childhood, something your mom made, something your grandma makes. This could be something you make regularly in your kitchen. This could be from your favorite restaurant or your favorite fantasy novel or movie, right? There are no rules. And so I'm going to start you at the start. What are you going to have to drink?
I'm going to have a non-alcoholic blonde beer made by Partake. Partake is my favorite non-alcoholic beer.
Partake.
And if you don't carry it, then I'm going to be really mad.
Well, I'm not accustomed to serving non-alcoholic beer, so you might have to teach me in the finer points of serving and or how to choose. So if you're going to go something non-alcoholic, why a beer? Do you genuinely enjoy the taste of it?
I do. Yeah. I drink a lot of non-alcoholic drinks.
What's your, so this would be your go-to. This is like, I'm going to have a
beer,
meal.
yeah.
I'm going to chill. That's kind of your thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Partake is my favorite. I'm not being paid to say this. I've actually tried to become an affiliate or ambassador for the brand, and I cannot get through to them. It's just, I've tried so many different NA beers. They're the best. They also just came out with a Hefeweizen, which is great because I really miss Hefeweizens and I don't drink anymore. So this satisfies that craving.
Hefeweizen. So what is it? Is it, because some of you have to like chew, right? What is that? Like a Guinness? Is that what that stuff is?
Yeah, like a really crunchy Guinness.
Okay. I am not a drinker, so
A crunchy stout.
Pretend to be one on TV. Okay, so a blonde beer from Partake. Well, we'll do that. So how do you want it served? Do you want it in like the frosty mug, kind of that presentation? You want to write in the can? You want in the bottle? How's this coming out?
I think I just like it out of the can, actually.
Yeah, you did come from Waco, didn't you?
I told you I'm fancy.
All right, we will get you a can. You know what I do? I'm gonna make it like the tall boy. I'm gonna put it in the paper sack though. That way you feel a little grungy while you're drinking it. Or
we can ode to Waco, and you could pour it in a Big O for me.
Oh, you got it. We'll do a Big O style. All right. So we got your drinks sorted. So now we move on to my absolute favorite. I used to say possibly my absolute favorite, but let's get real. This is my favorite part, the appetizer portion. So what are you gonna have?
I want nachos.
All right, that is very nondescript. You're gonna have to explain what the perfect nacho looks like.
Yeah, so I want nachos with everything on it, like as many toppings as possible. Like I want every bite to have like 5 different textures and flavors, multiple types of cheese, beans, olives, green onions, tomatoes, like a chicken or carnitas or some sort of really yummy meat. And it also just needs to be really spicy. So either like a really yummy spicy salsa that I could dip it in, or fresh jalapenos, something like that.
All right. So are you whole beans or are you refried beans? What are you going to put on there?
Whole beans, black beans.
Black beans. All right.
Yeah.
Your team black bean. All right.
I am.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. I am just envisioning this is going to come out on like a pizza pan. I mean, it's going to be enormous, and we're going to have it stacked up like mountain style. It's going to be layered though. Layered is key, right? I want you to have
Yes.
every layer. There's going to be cheese,
No,
toppings,
it's
all the way through.
perfect.
And then how about we put in like a sparkler right in the very top as it comes
Hell
out.
yeah. And I would like the sparkles to be the color of the bisexual flag.
We can make that happen. We can make
Great.
that happen. All right, let me just bisex. We just got some new bisex sparklers in, so we're good
Hell
to go
yeah.
there. All right. I like the nachos too because whether you're by yourself or you're entertaining, it's always like copacetic. You know what I've learned is when I go to breakfast with people now, I do this. I like to do this. I don't do it every time, but I like to do it kind of like the nachos of breakfast and just get like pancakes for the table. Just have them
The
come out.
nachos of breakfast. You know what the nachos of breakfast are? Is chilaquiles.
Oh, it depends on where you're at, man, because a lot of places don't have that, right? So
that is true. My partner is from the Northeast, and I have had to educate him on Mexican food. But he's a lot better now because of it.
Excellent. All right. So now we're hitting kind of, I like to say, this interstitial period, right, between the appetizer and the mains. I like to call the bread/soup/salad portion. Do you want any of that? None of that? What's that going to look like?
I think the nachos are going to have enough vegetables on it. I don't think I need a salad.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to have it. I like the way you think. There'll be some green and red things on there.
Yeah, you can throw lettuce on the nachos.
Excellent. All right, well, let's just sweep right into the mains. What are you going to get for your main dish here?
So I'm going to go with the Ode to Waco theme. I don't know if you know this, but I do have tacos named after me at Mexican Taco by George's. Called La Chica Diabla, and the owner, I used to go there all the time, and the owner was like, I've never seen a woman who could handle as much spice as you. We want to name a dish after you. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Hell yeah. So we actually created a food challenge, and I'm number 3. If you go to Mexican Taco, you see La Chica Diabla. It says Tawny in parentheses. So
dang, just get the Tawny.
I'm going to order that.
All right. So describe it to me, though. I get, we're going to get the number 3. We're getting the Tawny, but what is that?
So
actually
yes,
consist of?
that's fair. So it's they're corn tortillas, and it is pork. It is like a carnitas like al pastor, and it is cooked with jalapeno, serrano, and habanero.
Oof, goodness.
And onion, and it is just a very spicy, yummy taco. And what I love about Mexican Taco and just hole in the wall Mexican restaurants in general is they have a lot of accoutrement on the table. So there's there's pickled cabbage, there's pineapples, there's all different types of salsa. So you can kind of add some more flavor to it.
I like that. I like kind of, what do you call that? Like a pineapple chutney or something like that?
Yeah, I really like pineapple salsa, mango salsa. I really like sweet and spicy together.
Yeah, I love to mix it up too. And frankly, I don't see that nearly enough.
We should change that.
I know. Let's bring it back. I hear especially kind of in coastal areas that they are big on fruit with their fresh food, especially their tacos when they have seafood and stuff in there. So it's apparently a very traditional thing to do. I don't know why we don't do it more here.
I don't know, but you're really missing out on a lot by not enjoying all these different flavors and textures together.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, what are you going to pair as a side dish with the Tawny? That's what I'm going to call it from now
on. We're going to have more beans. So we're just going to have rice and beans. And I'm going to dip the chips into the rice and beans. That's a fun little hobby. It's one of my hobbies.
Oh, knitting, archery, and bean dipping or chip dipping. I don't know how you're going to describe that.
You can just say bean dip. One of my hobbies is bean dip.
Bean dip. Okay. Oh, Tawny the bean dip, Lara. Well, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Beans and rice. Pretty bog standard for Mexican food. I can dig it. All right. So we are reaching a very fun part of the meal generally. The dessert portion. What are you getting? Are you sticking with the Mexican theme, or are you going somewhere else?
You know, so now that I live in New York City and I am very bougie now,
Yes.
there is an Italian restaurant here. I live in Washington Heights. Italian restaurant called Saggio's, and it's probably my favorite dessert. It is a poached pear with a raspberry sauce and ice cream, and it's phenomenal. I'm obsessed with it. I get it every time I go.
Dude, that sounds delicious. I've had
it's really good.
I've had a poached pear once before. I don't think I had it with ice cream. I think it was more kind of like a cobbler style, but
yeah, that sounds good too.
Is it like vanilla bean ice cream? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, just a classic vanilla ice cream, and I love vanilla ice cream.
Oof,
I think that's probably my favorite ice cream flavor, and that might sound really boring, but it's so classic for a reason.
Yeah, I love vanilla. There's something about it that is just, it calls to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I totally enjoy, especially like when it's super vanilla, like the vanilla bean where you can still see like the little flecks inside the ice cream stuff.
Yes.
Oh, that's where it's at, bro. All right. Are you closing this out with maybe like a coffee or a tea or anything like that? Are you kind of that kind of bougie?
I am that kind of bougie. I like to have a decaf espresso, decaf latte, cappuccino, anything like that. Something with my poached pear.
Okay. Well, let me read your menu, your order back here, just to make sure I didn't screw it up. As I like to say, anybody who's worked in food service, I won't blame the kitchen, unless I absolutely have to, and then I will blame them. So give or take. We're gonna go with blonde beer from Partake. It's gonna be non-alcoholic, and we're gonna serve that in the Big O glass. It's frosted. It's so chilled.
Yes.
It's ready to go. We're gonna do nachos again. Party nachos. I feel like you have to wear like a birthday hat when I deliver them, because I'm gonna be wearing the birthday hat. I'm gonna have the little horn in my mouth. So I mean, just get with the program.
A top hat?
A top hat for your birthday.
A birthday top hat. Yeah.
A birthday top hat. Yes, of course. Of course we have birthday top hats. Would you like a smoking jacket to accompany this birthday top hat?
Yes, and a pipe.
Of course.
And a monocle if you got one.
With the bisexual sparklers, right? Going crazy. Excellent.
Good memory.
There we are. All right. Then we're going to do, for the mains, we're going to do, well, actually, before I get to that, we're basically saying screw you to the soup and all the other stuff. We're jumping straight to the mains. We're going for Mexican tacos, the La Chica Diabla. And we are also going to have beans and rice, a very traditional meal. We're going to have the Tawny, as it were. And then we are going to close it out with, Saggio's. We're getting a poached pear that has raspberry sauce and ice cream, vanilla bean, like the really good stuff. So is it ice cream and then the poached pear on top, or is it just next to it? Like, I don't want to throw anything off. Is the poached pear supposed to be hot?
The poached pear is warm, and then the ice cream is on top. Next time I get it, I will take a photo and send it to you. It's pretty iconic.
Excellent. Well, I mean, they know how to make it in the back, obviously. That was just for my edification. Of course. And then we're going to close it out absolutely with a decaf espresso. Does that sound accurate? Does that sound good?
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. All right. Well, Tawny, thank you for joining me in the fantasy restaurant today.
This is delicious.